back on Mad Marketing TV with the After Party with Randy Garn of Prosper. So let's talk just for a few minutes with Randy and just explore, how did you get started in this? What motivated you to start Prosper?
Well, what motivated me to start Prosper is we used to do huge events all over the country. And back in 1999, 98, 2000, we were traveling all over the United States and doing these huge events. With Zig Ziglar would come and Joe Montana. And what people were missing in their life was really, they would buy these programs and then they would become desk collectors and they'd sit on the shelf. So we really saw a niche in helping people implement these strategies into their life, and we started a one-on-one mentoring company. And as these seminars happened, if you remember back in 2011, September 2011, 9/11 hit, and people stopped traveling, and then there was anthrax. And so we actually jumped on, said, we don't have any more customer flow, and so we actually were some of the first to get in to the online marketing space. And we've sold over 2 million downloadable ebooks to date, well over 2 million. That was a few years ago, so I'm not sure how many we've actually sold now. But we were one of the first to start selling digital educational programs online.
Wow. Pretty interesting of how you get into this business and how you build it up. So what is your thought about, you're obviously a good marketing company, and you do a good job at getting the word out. What is your advice for marketers out there of how they can crank up their business and have some of the kind of success that you've been having, Randy?
I think the best thing that I could share with people about marketing is it's changed and it's shifted. And now it's actually more about a story than it is about maybe a brand or a guru or something specific. With social media, like, people want to know, they want to get their hands in the meatloaf, if you will. Like, how do I really do this, and how does this system or product or process work? And so we've actually found that it's more about an individual success story of how that can actually work in your life, but how somebody just like you could do that has been more pulling than it's been more of a brand or a thought leader. And so that's been a big shift that we've made.
It's interesting you mentioned that, because it's something I've believed for some time, is that companies need to find storytellers. Yeah. People who can turn their business into a compelling story. I think people respond to stories. And one of the guests I have coming up are the folks behind Zappos. And Zappos created a story, of who they are and what they're all about, even why they exist. Yeah. And I'm reading the book, Delivering Happiness, and it was really interesting about how, they take, for example, answering the phone, right? They could outsource it to India or whatever to save a few bucks. But they decided they're going to put it in the United States because that's a chance to deliver exceptional service. Even things like free shipping both ways, right? They're going to lose a lot of money but it provides outstanding service. So they believe in service above all else, above profits, above anything. And it just created such incredible word of mouth because they created this story. What is your thought about the Zappos story? I've been to their campus. Robbie Richmond runs Zappos Insight, which is the culture training part of Zappos, and he's become a great friend. And we actually read Creating Happiness as our whole executive team read it. And so we're implementing a lot of those cultural strategies within our own company. So I think people want to belong to something that has a cause and a vision. And that is more, and we actually talk about sustainability in our book, is that sustainability comes when you can really say 4 things. Do I love what I do? Is it ethical? Is it environmentally responsible? And does it bring lasting value to others? And so that part of that sustainability is another big part of that is do people really believe in what you're doing? If people can believe in what you're doing, then they love to belong. And it's not all about the money nowadays. It's about knowing that tomorrow your job's going to still be there, and it's about sustainability and working with people that you love to work with. It's interesting. I could talk to you for hours about this, Randy, but I know you don't have time, so we're going to wrap it up here. But you've been a great guest on Mad Marketing TV.
We've loved having you on the show, and we wish you all the best.
Thanks, Jess.